this video, we're going to be looking at how to compare the same digit in different place values. So the question is, compare the 5 and 37 and 15 hundredths to the 5 and 475 and 2 tenths. Okay, the very first step that I have, remember, make sure that you're looking at your sheet that has each step for you. It should be in your notebook. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to line up my two numbers by place value. Okay, after that, I'm going to underline the digit that I'm being asked about. So I'm being asked about the 5. It says compare the 5. So I'm going to underline the 5 in each number, and I'm going to identify its place value. So this 5 has a place value of hundredths. It is in the hundredths. And this 5 is in the ones. Remember, if you get stumped on this part, you need to be looking at your place value chart that is also in your notebook. Now that I've done step 1, which is identify the place value of the digit, I have to see, is the number that I'm being asked about, is that place value bigger or smaller than the second number? So compare the 5 in 37 and 15 hundredths. This is the number that I'm being asked about. I'm comparing this number to this number. I want to know, how does that 5 right there compare to this 5? So because I'm being asked about this 5, I'm going to look at this number. I need to know, is this place value bigger or smaller than this place value? Well, because hundredths is smaller than ones, I know that my answer is going to be a fraction. It's going to be 1/10, 1 100th, 1 1,000th, however many hops that I make. So I'm going to start by saying the 5 and 37 and 15 hundredths is 1 100th of the 5 and 475 and 2 tenths. Now, if you're wondering where I got this fraction from, okay, because I'm comparing smaller to bigger, smaller place value to bigger place value, I know my answer has to be a fraction. As far as what that fraction is, that's going to be determined by how many hops it takes me to get from one place value to the other. So how many times smaller is this 5? Well, it's 2 times smaller. Okay, and when I move to the right, I divide by 10, or 1 100th. 10 and 10 is 100, and because I'm getting smaller, it's going to be in fraction form. So my answer, if I were to compare this 5 to this 5, it is 1 100th of that 5. That's my answer. Now, let's say I was going to switch it up, and I was being asked the opposite. Okay, I was being asked to compare the 5 in 475 and 2 tenths to the 5 in 37 and 15 tenths. Okay, so now the 5 in this number is what the 5 of that number? Well, because this place value is bigger, this is the ones. Okay, this 5 is 2 times 2 place values to the left, so every time we move a place value, we get 10 times bigger. So from hundredths to tenths is 10 times, from tenths to ones is another 10 times. So in total, the 5 in this number, this 5 sitting right here in the ones, is 2 hops or 100 times bigger than the 5 in 37 and 15 hundredths. So you compare it both ways. First, we compared this number to this number. It was smaller, so we had a fraction. Second way, we compared this number to this number, and we got a whole number, a power of 10, because this place value is bigger than this place value.